Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, and if you want to, give me a subscribe and then hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video or start a new live stream. Hit that thumbs up for me as well. Very important, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button 1,000 times to let me know you're rocking with me. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Well, guys, we have a very important day upon us. We are T minus 6.5 hours. T minus 6.5 hours before launch. You wealth builders, you Nvidians know what I'm talking about. If you're new to my channel, you're thinking, what is this guy talking about? T minus 6.5 hours. What is this guy talking about? Well, I'm talking about the most important earnings report in 2024 is about to drop. And when it drops, it's going to be a lot of investors who are happy. I'm one of them. And I got 1,000 of them in my financial community called the Wealth Builders. We also are called AKA Nvidians. And we own the rocket ship. And this thing is going to launch in 6.5 hours. And man, I'm going to share with you guys today what that means for all investors. I'm going to tell you what's going to get ready to happen here. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Just a guy on YouTube giving an opinion, giving you a prediction. So don't look at me as a financial advisor. I may not even know what I'm talking about. I might be 100% wrong on this. But history tells me I got a good shot of being right. This is what history tells me. See, I'm a historian. I'm a historian. I'm a historian of big boy blue chip companies that multiply wealth when you sleep. I'm a historian. So history tells me there's a good opportunity that I'm gonna get wealthier today. That's what history tells me now. I'm telling you, I'm a historian. I'm not an expert. I'm just a historian of big boy blue chip paper assets that multiply wealth while you sleep. That's what I am a historian of. And history tells me I'm going to be wealthier about 6 p.m. Eastern time today. History says I'm going to be wealthier, and I'm going to walk you through how, if you're an investor, you have the potential to be wealthier too. Just hang in there with me. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Got to take care of little business first. Got to take care of little business. See, when I was a little kid, my grandparents and the elder folks, they old school. They didn't say business. They said business. Business. We're going to take care of business. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go back. We're going to go old school, y'all. We're going to take care of a little business, and then we're going to dive into the meat and potatoes. First thing first, get down in that description box and click on that Richard Fane Millionaire Mentor Instagram link and give your boy a follow on Instagram, man. I do a lot of stuff over on Instagram that don't hit the YouTube channel, guys. So if you want to keep up with me when I'm not on the airwaves of YouTube, do me a big favor. Go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram. Like I said, the link's down in the description box. And then send me a DM to let me know you're rocking with me, so I can say thank you. That's the first order of business. Let's get this Instagram page up where my old Instagram page left off. Had over 90,000 followers on that old Instagram page, and good old IG disabled it for I don't know why they did. But it did. But we got the new Instagram page. So let's get that one up. Second course of business, www.richardfain.net, which is the website. Second link down in the description box. Been in existence about 4.5 months, over 300,000 visits to the website from you wonderful folks. So thank you. Over 1,000 of you guys have made an investment in yourself and purchased digital products, so a double thank you. And then over 1,000 of you guys have joined the Wealth Builders private mentorship community over on Patreon. So a triple thank you to you folks. 1,000 Wealth Builders guys in 4.5 months. 1,000 Nvidians, all congregated in one community, all us on the rocket ship that's getting ready to launch in about 6.5 hours. You know how powerful that is, guys? Have you ever been around 1,000 people going in the same direction? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Who in your circle? How many people you got in your circle going in the same direction you going? See, that's the key, guys. If you want to build wealth and build it effectively, do it together. Don't try to do it by yourself, because the matrix ain't gonna let you do it by yourself. The matrix will not let you do it by yourself. You got to remove yourself out of the matrix and put yourself in a financial community with 1,000 people going in your direction. That's what you got to do, guys. Get down in the description box and click on the website link. Second link, website link. Check out them digital products, make an investment in yourself. You do know the most important investment you will ever make in your life is in yourself, right? It doesn't matter if you know anything about the stock market. It don't matter if you know anything about real estate. It don't matter if you know anything about businesses. You won't execute on any of it unless you make an investment in yourself and build up your confidence and your knowledge. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you listen to about building wealth if you aren't confident. You're not going to execute if you ain't confident. That's why you need to make investment in yourself. And then to take it one step further, you got to get around 1,000 people going in the direction you're going in. We call ourselves the Wealth Builders, AKA the Nvidians. T minus 6.5 hours. We are going to be on a rocket ship to the moon. Yep. Hopefully you're not down here on Earth waving at us. See, that rocket ship is what? Wealth. You want to be on a wealth rocket ship, T minus 6.5, you better make a move today. You better do something today to get on that rocket ship. That's what you should be thinking about. What can I do to get on this rocket ship? Because I'm finna take you through what this rocket ship getting ready to do to investors' wealth who actually execute. It's a big number. It's a $300 billion number. That's getting ready to happen. Right now, T minus 6.5, $300 billion getting ready to be added to somebody's net worth. Are you going to be one of those investors who get a piece of that $300 billion? I don't know if you're going to be a part of it. I'm going to be a part of it. And them 1,000 people on the Wealth Builders, we're going to be a part of it. Last thing, Moo. How do you be a part of it? You got to have a brokerage account. First link down in the description box. The good folks at Moo, my primary brokerage app that I use to get my part of this $300 billion that's getting ready to happen today. It's going to happen today, guys. $300 billion will be added to somebody's net worth. I don't know if you're going to be a part of that, but I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to walk you through the numbers. I'm going to walk you through it. Give me a second. You got to be patient. I'm going to walk you through it. Y'all already know I got to take care of a little business. A little business. Not business, but business. A little business. I'm going old school on y'all. That's how the old folks, my grandparents and their grandparents, they didn't call it business. They call it business. I got to get through a little business. So what are the good folks at Moo going to do for you for trying their brokerage app? They're going to give you up to 20 free stocks. Publicly traded companies. All you got to do is get down to the description box, click on the Moo link, open up your Moo account today. You put $100 in there, they're going to give you 8 free stocks. You put $1,000 in your new Moo account, they're going to give you 20 free stocks, publicly traded companies. How can you beat that, guys? You can't. And now guess what? You can get on the rocket ship. You can get on the rocket ship. Guys, it's getting ready to happen. You're going to be a part of it or not. My recommendation is be a part of it. Get yourself down in that description box and click on that Moo link and sign up for Moo today. Guess what? Some of y'all might say, hey man, I don't know nothing about how to use no self-directed brokerage app. How do I do that? I'm glad you asked. All you got to do is send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Send me an email. Let me know you've opened the Moo account. Let me know you funded it. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you 2 tutorial videos that'll show you everything you need to know in order to collapse time frames and jump on this thing. Listen, man, you got to jump on this thing. It's $300 billion, guys, getting ready to be transferred to somebody's pocket. I don't know if you need a transfer. I need a transfer. I need a transfer in my life, a monetary transfer, a wealth transfer. I need that in my life. It's getting ready to happen today. What are you waiting on? Get down in that description box and put yourself in position. Get your Moo account open. Put you some money in there and get in position. $300 billion in wealth that's getting ready to be transferred from the 900-pound gorilla, not just to any old gorilla, a silverback gorilla. Any of you guys know about gorillas, you know the silverback is the top dog. That's the top dog. Silverback gorilla is the top dog. Might be other little gorillas down there, but it ain't but one top dog gorilla. That be the silverback. We're going to get ready to talk about the silverback today that's getting ready to do what? Transition about $300 billion to somebody's pocket. I got to be part of the $300 billion. I need some of it in my pocket. How about you? Do you need would you like to have a piece of that $300 billion transfer that the 900-pound silverback gorilla getting ready to transfer to somebody's pocket in T-minus 6 hours before the launch? Would you like to be a part of that? If you do, get down in the description box and you know what to do. Get in where you fit in. All right, let's get into this message today. So about 3 months ago, I started a conversation with my YouTube channel. I started a conversation, and that conversation was about this 900-pound silverback gorilla. I said, guys, I have run across something that is going to change the landscape of my financial worth, and it's called Nvidia. I ran across this company, and goodness gracious, guys, once I dived into the history, remember, I'm a historian. I'm a financial historian. I'm not an expert. I'm just a historian. I said, I'm out here researching, looking for the next wealth transfer rocket ship. And I run across this company called Nvidia. Well, Richard, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's not Nvidia, it's Nvidia. I said, well, I know that, but I'm going to call it Nvidia because that's what I want to call it. You call it what you want to call it. I'm going to call it money. How about that? How about I call it money? How about I call it money transfer? How about I call it ACH, automatic or automated clearinghouse transfer? How about I call it that? But about 3 months ago, I started this conversation on this YouTube channel talking about this company. I said, well, guys, I don't know. I'm not much of a stock market guru. I'm just a regular smuggler here, but I am a financial historian. I do like going looking at companies and trying to determine if I can hitch my financial wagon to this company to, you know, get my riches up. I need my riches to go up. Right now, my riches are great, but I need them to be greater. I need to find some companies to get the riches greater. So I come across this company about 3 months ago. Go back on my YouTube channel. I ain't got to tell no, I ain't embellishing nothing. Go back to the YouTube channel and the live streams 3 months ago in May and check them out. So about around May, about May 1st of May, you know, first week to a May, I uncovered this company. So I have a live stream on a Saturday morning. This was early May. Go back. Hey, receipts on the YouTube channel. Go back to the YouTube channel and check out the receipts. Got a lot of receipts on the YouTube channel. I ain't got to lie now. I ain't got to lie. That's one thing I'm not. I'm a truth teller. I'm not a liar. I'm a truth teller. Go back to my YouTube channel. Early May. I did a video on a Saturday morning. And I said, guys, this company, this thing is $767 a share. I said, just in March, it was $925 a share. I think this is an opportunity to buy the dip. This might be dip season. I might be able to transfer some wealth, a little quick wealth, because at that point, I wasn't sold on long-term in this thing. I thought, okay, maybe I do like I do with Tesla. You know, Tesla go down to 150 a share, I buy. Tesla get up to 250 a share, I sell, right? A short. I said, well, maybe I could treat this thing like a short, do the same thing I do with Tesla. At that time, I'm only Mag 7. Now, of course, this company is a part of the Mag 7, but I wasn't looking at it as a $300 billion wealth transfer. I wasn't looking at it like that at that time. I was looking at it as, okay, I'm buying it in the Mag 7, but should I take a big old gigantic chunk of money and throw it in there as a lump sum investment or just stay with DCA? I said, well, goodness gracious, let me take a little look at it. So I came on the YouTube channel and said, listen, guys, here's a FYI. This company right here, part of the Mag 7, they down to $767 a share. Now, I've looked at this history of this company, and they got a huge swings in the stock price. I said it's on the short list. I said Monday morning I'm diving in this thing. That's what I said on the YouTube channel. Go check it out. I said Monday morning when the market over, I'm buying me some. Guess what I did? Boom, bought it. Made some money now. Made about $100, $150 a share. Boom, just like that. Made me some money. Then I started thinking about this thing. I said, well, golly, the earnings report is getting ready to hit on May 22nd, 2024. I said it coming out with the earnings report. I kept doing research on the thing, and I'm thinking to myself, these people for the last 3 quarters, they've killed it. I mean, this might be a long-term play right here for you, boy. What are you doing? Don't treat this thing like a short. Treat this thing like a loan, and you might be able to get 8 figures out of this thing. I said, okay, let me think about that. So I made my little money on the short, right? And then I said, well, golly, earnings report coming. Maybe I treat this thing like a loan. I said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell people what I'm doing, which I did. Go to the YouTube channel, go to the live streams in May. You'll hear all of it, exactly what I'm telling you right now. I said, listen, guys, this thing getting ready to come out with its earnings report on May 22nd. The stock price went from $767 early in May. It had jumped all the way up to when I bought it as a long play up to $950 a share on May 20. I bought in for long term. Remember, I had already hit a short on it, so I had already made some good money on the short. I said, well, goodness gracious, let me go long. I said, let me go long. And guess what? At the time, I didn't know there was going to be no 10-to-1 split because they didn't announce that until what? Earnings day, which was May 22nd. They announced the 10-to-1 split. So I bought in on May 20 at $950 a share. I bought me, I don't know, about 2,700 shares. Just thinking, okay, they're going to kill it on May 22nd. This thing is going to continue to grow, and I'm going to turn this into a loan. And what I'll do is that's all I'm going to buy, though. I wasn't intending to buy 11,200 shares of this thing. Back then, I only had about 2,700 shares. Didn't know it was going to be a 10-to-1 split. May 22nd rolls around. May 22nd. Now, think about it, guys. I bought this thing at $9.50 a share pre-split. $9.50 a share pre-split. Monday, May 20th. Bought about 2,700 shares. I don't know what that equates to, $200,000-$300,000, something like that. Not knowing there was going to be a 10-to-1 split. Now, remember, I've been talking about this thing since early May, right? Telling folks, look out for this thing, look out for this thing, look out for this thing. Right around the time I started what? The Private Mentorship Club, the Wealth Builders, the website. All of that, I started talking about this thing. So we get to earnings on May 22nd, Q1 earnings. Guess what they do? Through the roof. Triple digit everything. Triple digit everything. Guess what the stock did? Went from $9.50 a share pre-split now, up to $1,200 a share, just like that. Came out after earnings, triple digit everything, killed it. Went from $9.50 a share, what I bought in at, to $1,200 a share. Now, here's the nice thing. During that earnings call, guess what they announced? 10-to-1 split, effective June 7th. I was like, oh my goodness. This thing finna go ballistic. I'm finna get rich. I'm finna get rich. So I said to myself, okay, you got 2,700 shares pre-split. Once it splits, double down on this thing. I said, okay, this was the strategy now. This is my strategy. I was telling everybody on the YouTube channel. I was telling all the wealth builders. I was telling everybody. I said, guys, already got 2,700 shares, but when this thing split, I'm gonna go bananas. Because I believe I can get 8 figures out. I can be an 8-figure millionaire in this 900-pound silverback. Split comes June 10th. Stock opens at $120 a share. Didn't buy that first day. I pulled back off the list. I didn't buy that first day. It slid a little bit to about 118. Boom. Bought at 118. Big chunk. And then I bought again at 120. Big chunk. Then I bought again at 108. Big chunk. Then I bought again at $100 a share. Big chunk. All of this has been done over the last couple of months. I get myself up to 11,200 shares of this 900-pound silverback gorilla. Now, in the last 3 months, those 11,200 shares have increased my net worth by $250,000. 3 months. With all the volatility, with all the ups and downs, with shorting the stock, all this crazy stuff, right? The 1%, running it down, running it up, running it down, just like they're doing now, just like traders are doing right now. This is a gold mine for traders. We know that. I'm not a trader, though. I'm a long-term guy. I'm an investor. So I know traders are having a field day with this thing, the ones that know what they're doing. The problem is 99% of traders don't know what they're doing. 1% of them do. Those guys are making a killing. That 1% is making a killing as a trader because they know what they're doing. They know how to manipulate the stock. They know how to manipulate the stock and they make money. 99% of traders don't make no money, not real money. You might make $1,000, but not real money. So I wasn't trying to be a trader in this thing. I want to be an investor, which is long-term, and just let it ride and be patient. So over the last 3 months, with all of the shenanigans, all of the propaganda, all of the manipulation, I'm still up $250,000, and we ain't even launched yet. What do you think gonna happen to them 11,200 shares when we actually launch today? Now, some of y'all might say, well, Richard, you don't have a crystal ball. You don't know if this thing go well or not. No, I don't. You're right. I gotta give you that. You're right about that. I don't know. Maybe it don't go well, but maybe it do. Maybe it don't go well, but maybe it do. See, I'm a glass half full guy, not glass half empty. Even if it don't go well, I win. Why? Because I'm about to dip. I'm gonna hold this thing for 5 years, guys, to 10 years. See, I'm a long-term investor. That's the difference between me and a trader. See, a trader might, lose some sleep about that. A guy like me ain't gonna lose no sleep because I got time to wait. I'm patient. I'm very patient. I done already made $250,000. If I wanted to cash out today, right now, I could put a $250,000 bogey in my pocket. I'm gonna stay in this thing. No matter what happens today at T-minus 6 hours, I'm gonna stay in this thing long term. See, I fundamentally believe in this company. I did the research, I've looked at the history, I know who the CEO is. This guy has $114 billion in stock in this company. I'm gonna walk you through how 1 in 3 employees have over $20 million in stock. options in this company. You think they want this thing to succeed or not? I think they do. So when you tie someone's financial gain to someone's work, that makes them work harder. These people ain't stupid. Yeah, you don't get the 20 million, guys, until we get on the top of the hill and stay there. Then you get the 20 million. You got 1 in 3 employees at this company have an excess of $20 million net worth in stock. They have a real incentive to make sure they stay the 900-pound gorilla silverback. I love that. See how they tie in incentives to work ethic? That's the sign of a good company, a great company, who understands, give your employees wealth. Put wealth in their pocket. They work harder. They do that. So this brings us up to now. Right now. You got an opportunity, guys. I would ask you to consider the opportunity. Not a financial advisor, not trying to give you financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, informational purposes only. My opinion, not trying to convince you, just my opinion. You do whatever you want to do. I just wanted to walk you through the history of how I got into this thing and what I've been telling you all along. I told you guys in August all this was going to change. It did. It did. Here's the headline. Nvidia, the most important stock in the world, reports Q2 earnings today. Here's what to watch for. That's the headline. Notice they said most important stock in the world. This is the most important company in the world, guys. Who don't want to be a part of the most important company in the world? I cannot imagine an investor out there, not a trader. I'm talking about a real investor who does not want to be a part of this movement. Wow, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I can understand traders because their goal is to do what? Beat this thing up left and right and just make money. They don't care about no long-term nothing. And they move on to the next one. But investors, how could you not want to hitch your wagon to the greatest company in the world right now? Third largest company in the, I just don't. Okay, let's keep moving. Want to know how much is riding on Nvidia's second quarter earnings report today? Just ask the founder and CEO of More Insights and Strategy. This is what this guy said. Pretty much everything's riding on it. He said pretty much everything is riding on this earnings report today. How in the world can you not want to invest in a company that has the entire global stock market on its back? Not just America, guys. This is the entire global stock market is on the back of this company. How could you not want to be a part of that? Goodness gracious. I'm so happy I'm a part of it. I'm a historian, financial historian. I'm glad I found this company and got serious about it. I think it's going to transition my net worth to a 7-figure net worth to an 8-figure net worth. That's big time for me. I don't know about for you. I'm not an employee of this company, but I feel like I'm an owner. I'm not an employee, but I'm an owner that's getting ready to get some wealth transition to himself. You got employees out here that got $20 million worth of stock options, guys, in this company. How would you like to be one of them guys or gals? Yeah, buddy. But guess what? I don't have to worry about that because I'm an owner of the company. I'm going to get the same benefit they're going to get without having to do any work. That's the difference. They got to go to work to get that 20 million. I ain't got to go to work. All I got to do is hit the button. Hit the button every month. Be patient. And I'm going to get mine as an owner. They're going to get theirs as an employee/owner. I'm going to get mine as just an owner. And I ain't got to do no work. I ain't got to put in no hours. All I got to do is stay patient, stay disciplined, stay consistent, and get rich. Here we go. Even smaller companies in the enterprise software business that have only tangible, I guess that word is tangible. Okay. These guys with these words, man, just use a smaller word that I can read and understand. Goodness gracious. Even smaller companies in the enterprise software business that have only a tangible relevance to the AI gold rush, like a ServeNow, SAP, or Adobe, stand to sink or swim in this view from Nvidia's report. It will take the entire tech market with it, up or down. How don't you want to be a part of that? How can you not want to be a part of that? You do understand what's at stake here. These guys come out and beat expectations. Everybody wins. If these guys don't beat expectations today, everybody loses. Just telling you guys, if you are an investor, you either win or lose based on what this company does today at T-minus 6 hours before launch. You do understand that, right? Just saying. Just think about that. Let me read it to you one more time. Even smaller companies in the enterprise software business that have only tangible, whatever that word is, relevance to the AI gold rush, like a ServeNow, that's a company, little baby company, SAP, baby company, or Adobe, stand to sink or swim in his view from Nvidia's report. It will take the entire tech market with it, up or down. The options market. Now, here's what I really want you to pay attention, because this is where the rubber meets the road, guys. See, these are the real guys and gals making money, right? Not these people you see on YouTube. They ain't making no money. Let me teach you how to do options. They ain't making no money. The money they making is off of your YouTube videos and all that. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, I ain't got no problem with that hustle. I do the same thing. Hey, I make money off YouTube too, so I ain't knocking nobody. I'm just telling you, the real options traders, these are these guys. This is what they're doing. The options market is predicting its earnings could trigger a 10% swing in the value of Nvidia shares alone, the most in 3 years, according to data from analytics firm, whatever their name is, right? ORAX, cited by Reuters. That equates to roughly 300 billion, or the entire value of Coca-Cola, Bank of America, Netflix. That's a drop the mic. By the way, that's just a double drop the mic right there. That is a double drop the mic. Let me read that to y'all one more time, because y'all might have didn't hear me. Let me read this to you one more time. This is the important part, guys. This is the important part. The options market. See, these guys know what they're doing in the options market. Well, how do you think the stock got down to $90 a share? They know what they're doing. How do you think it got down to $90 a share? These guys. How do you think it got back up to $130 a share? These guys. Not your favorite YouTuber. Not the favorite YouTuber. Not that guy or that gal. Oh, I'm gonna teach you how to do calls and puts and all that. They ain't had nothing to do with this. The real professionals can drive this thing up and they can drive it down. This is what the real professionals are saying gonna happen, guys. Like I said, I don't have no crystal ball and I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. I'm going with the real options people, right? Here it is, options market. The options market is predicting its earnings could trigger a 10% swing in the value of Nvidia shares alone. 10% swing, guys. 10% swing alone. Check this out, though. The most in 3 years, according to data from analytics firm ORAX or whatever it's called, cited by Reuters. This is something that came from Reuters, a well-respected financial publication, right? This came from Reuters. They're telling you that 10% swing in their stock, in Nvidia stock, the 10% swing they believe is going to happen after earnings today represents roughly $300 billion. That is larger. Check this out, guys. Check this out. You gotta pay attention to this. The $300 billion swing, guys, or the entire value. These are big boy companies too, guys. The $300 billion swing, or the entire value of Coca-Cola, Bank of America, and Netflix. Guys, Bank of America is the second largest bank in the country. And they're telling you the swing, this 10% swing in stock price today could equate to $300 billion in what? Wealth transfer. Guess what your boy in? Great position, because I got 11,200 shares. I need my 10% transfer. So if you want to go from 128 up to 140 today, that $250,000 unrealized profit are probably worth about $500,000 at the end of the day, or tomorrow, or Friday. It don't matter. I just need a direct deposit. Send me my direct deposit. I need my part of that 300 billion, but I'm in position. That's why I've been telling you for 3 months, get in position. Get in position. Not just in Nvidia, anything that has to do with tech, in semiconductors, hyperscalers, mega caps. I've been telling you for 3 months, get in position. Why have I been telling you that? Because of this. You're talking about $300 billion in wealth transfer that's bigger than Coca-Cola, Bank of America, and Netflix put together. I don't know. Maybe y'all missed that. Let's move on. So here we go. Here we go. That 10% swing in the value of Nvidia shares will be the most in 3 years, according to ORATs cited by Reuters. That equates to roughly 300 billion, or the entire value of a Coca-Cola, Bank of America, or Netflix separately. I apologize, not all together, but separately. So if you take Coca-Cola, this 300 billion is bigger than them, bigger than their whole company. And Coca-Cola, guys, has been around for 1,000 years, right? I know I'm exaggerating, but Coca-Cola is a mainstay here in the United States and around the world. It's been here forever. Coca-Cola? This 300 billion in wealth transfer is bigger market cap than Coca-Cola. Bigger market cap than Bank of America. Bigger market cap than Netflix. Guys, that's a lot of wealth, guys, being transferred in one day potentially now. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I'm telling you what these guys are saying. Potentially, that's what it could represent. That's monster. Monster. Check this out. So the 300 billion, or the entire value of Coca-Cola, Bank of America, or Netflix companies that are among the top 35 in the world measured in market cap. You're talking about a top 35 market cap companies in the world, 3 of them. This 10% swing in the stock is going to be larger than their entire company. Bank of America is the second largest bank in America, guys. They have trillions of dollars on deposit. And this one swing in the stock price is bigger than their whole company. This is what's telling you guys what's at stake here. That's why I've been telling you for 3 months to do what? Get in position. Here's the good news. It ain't too late. It ain't too late, guys. This thing is just started. I keep telling y'all, in my opinion, there are 4 stages to AI. Boom. We had the infant stage. We're out of that stage because that's when Nvidia went from, $126 a share back in October of 2022. 2 years later, they split at $1,200 a share. See, that was the baby stage. Now we've graduated it up to the toddler stage, where they take this thing to the next level. See, we're in the toddler stage now. And you can already see what's happening. We're in the toddler stage of the AI boom. See, I missed the infant stage. I don't know what I was doing. I had my head buried in the sand somewhere during the infant stage because I should have got rich in 2022 with this company, but I missed it. But I ain't gonna dwell on the past. I ain't gonna miss nothing else. I'm in the toddler stage. I got 11,200 shares. I'm gonna take those 11,200 shares from the toddler stage to the teenage stage and then all the way up to full grown stage. Once it gets to full grown stage in about 5 to 10 years, can you imagine what them 11,200 shares of stock in this company gonna be worth? I already told you, if this 300 billion wealth transfer happened today, and this stock price go up by 10%, I already told you, this thing go up to $140 a share. I'm a $500,000 to the upside in 3 months. 3 months. Come on, man. I don't care how rich you are. That's a lot of money. And for 3 months of no work, just multiplying while I sleep, baby. I'm loving that. Okay, let's keep moving. It's the most important stock in the world right now. See, most important stock in the world. And this comes from EMJ Capital's Eric Jackson admitted last week. In other words, it's not just sell side bulls like Webbush Securities, Dan Ives, that are painting today's results as a make or break moment for the entire tech sector. Part of the reason so much is hanging in the balance is the extreme pendulum swing in greed and fear experienced at the start of this month. So you got greed and you got fear. I love it. I love it. I love it. I keep telling y'all, 3 financial killers: fear, pride, greed. They just gave you 2 of them. That's fueling this whole thing, right? See, ain't no fear and ain't no greed in me because I'm an investor. I've been doing this for 30 years. When you find big boy blue chip, you just got to go long in them. And if you go long and there aren't no business performance issues, you make money, guys. That's what history tells you. I'm no expert. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what happened to me for 30 years. I just go buy big boy blue chip, whether it be ETFs or individual stocks, and I stay long. And I made a lot of money in my sleep doing that. See, I don't have to be a trader. I ain't got to be that smart. Only thing I got to do is follow the 1%, stay long. Follow them and stay long. That's all I did in Nvidia stock for the 3 months I've been in it heavy. I didn't care what happened, swing, boom, boom, back up, sideways, didn't care. Got my 11,200 shares and I'm just patient. And those 11,200 shares has transferred $250,000 in wealth to me. After today, tomorrow, Friday, I believe it will transfer another $500,000 to me, $250,000. So now I'm gonna be up $500,000. For me, guys, that's okay. I love that because I know over the next 5 years, 10 years, if this thing continues the way it's going, I'm gonna 10x that number. Easy, easy. So here we go. Part of the reason so much is hanging in the balance is the extreme pendulum swing in greed and fear experienced at the start of this month. They're talking about Black Monday, August 5th, Black Monday. It was chaos. But for some of the wealth builders and the Nvidians, it wasn't chaos. It was an opportunity. It was an opportunity. It was dip season. See, we're not scared of dip season because we understand over on the private mentorship side, over in the financial community, #1 financial community, fastest growing financial community on Patreon, we understand you build your wealth in the red. You collect your wealth in the green. See, we understand that, especially when you got big boy blue chip, 900-pound silverback gorilla, top dog. You know Top Dog's going. It's the most manipulated stock, the most traded stock in the world right now, guys. You know how many 1%ers are making money off of this thing? I'm okay with them because I just follow them and I make money too. I just do it as an investor as opposed to a trader. See, both of us can make money. The 1% who trade can make money. But also us 99%ers who don't trade and just want to get in this thing long term, we make money too. But we got to be more patient than the traders. That's the difference. I ain't got no problem with the traders doing what they do. I understand the whole entire stock market is full of manipulation. That's the whole point of it. Of course it's manipulated. It's controlled by the 1%. Just like everything else in this world is controlled by the 1%. But that don't mean I can't get my piece. I'm going to get mine. But I got to be disciplined. I got to be consistent. And I got to be patient. That's the way it rolls, right? Part of the reason so much is hanging in the balance is the extreme pendulum swing in greed and fear experienced at the start of this month. The single worst day for stocks since 2022 was followed by the single best day for stocks since 2022 in the span of less than 1 week. Hold up, guys. Did you hear that? You got the worst day in the stock market since 2022, and then you get the best day in the stock market since 2022 in 1 week. What does that tell you about what's going on, guys? I keep telling y'all, you can win on both sides of this thing if you just pay attention and be patient. You can win on both sides of this thing, just like the 1% does. See, the 1% won in the worst week, and they also won in the best week. So did I. So did I. And all I got to do is just be patient. And I'm going to win in both sides. Because if it goes into dip season, I'm buying more. If it come out of dip season and bounce, go back to a comeback rally. See, it went from a dip season to a comeback rally in 1 week. And guess what? I made money on both sides of the equation. But you can't be scared. You got to get in where you fit in. Got to get in where you fit in. At the forefront of that action was Nvidia, which has been fueling record highs in the broader S&P 500 and NASDAQ indexes in the recent weeks. Now, I read something where Nvidia accounts for over 30% of the gain in the NASDAQ 100. It accounts for a rough, well, it said a third, so about 33% for the NASDAQ 100 and about 30% of the S&P 500. Nvidia, one company, accounts for 30% of each one of those indexes' growth. Come on, man. How could you not want to be a part of that? Oh, goodness gracious. Y'all better, boy, I might start preaching in here in a second. No, I'm not going to do that. Because I'm not a financial advisor, guys, and I'm not trying to tell you to go out and buy this stock. What I'm trying to tell you is how excited I am, and I'm so happy that I executed. And I can say I'm around 1,000 other people, the wealth builders, the Nvidians, who I'm sure are happy that they made a decision, their own decision to execute. I'm telling you the power of what I believe this company brings to the table, and more importantly, what the experts believe. It ain't just me. It's the experts too. Now, here's the thing I want you to understand. Even if this company misses today, which I don't believe they will, but if they do miss, doesn't change anything for me. Remember, I'm a long guy in this thing. Yes, I love the 300 billion wire transfer, some of that to go into my account. I love that. Don't get me wrong. But I'm in this thing for the long haul. Even if they did miss today or whatever Wall Street try to come up with, like they did with Google, like they did with Microsoft, like they did with Amazon, like they tried to do with Apple. They tried to come up with all kind of reasons, even though these people beat earnings, except Amazon. Amazon missed on revenue. But them other three companies, mega caps, hyperscalers, they beat on revenue. They beat on revenue and they beat on top line and bottom line. And they still find a reason to try to ding the stock. So I'm not saying this won't happen for this stock. It might. I don't have no crystal ball. But from everything that I've read, the consensus is these people ain't gonna miss today. The consensus says they're not gonna miss. That don't mean they won't, but the consensus says they're not gonna miss. And whether they miss or not, guys, I'm in this thing as long as there is no business performance issues. Stock market gonna do what the stock market do. 1% gonna do what they do. They gonna manipulate. I'm used to that. That don't bother me. I don't parachute out because of market behavior or market manipulation. I don't parachute out of my investments because of those two things. I will parachute out of an investment if it has business performance issues. Then I parachute out. Barring that, I don't parachute out. I don't parachute out if Wall Street says we want Nvidia's revenue to come in at 28.5 billion, but it comes in at 28 billion. You think I'm gonna parachute out of that company for that trivial stuff? No. Okay, you came in at 28 billion. We wanted you to come in at 28.5, but yet and still, when you look at the year over year, they're more than 100%. Okay, they did 14 billion the last year over year. They come back a year later and do 28 billion, but that's a loss because they didn't come in at 28.5. See, that's what y'all got to understand, guys. But this is how they manipulate y'all. You got to go and look at the prior year, what they came in at. Not what Wall Street say they need them to come in at. Forget Wall Street. I mean, last time I checked, if a company did 14 billion in Q2 last year and they come out and do 28 billion in Q2 this year, that's a win. Don't be manipulated by these people, man. That's what they're doing to y'all. Oh, golly, Wall Street said they should have came in at 28.5 and they came in at 28.4. That's a loss. They're going to get you out of the stock. You're going to sell and they're going to buy it and then run it back up. That's what they're going to do. You got to get smarter than that, guys. You got to understand their tricks. Don't be just looking at the 28.5. You need to go back and look at Q2 2024, fiscal year 2024. Go look at Q2 2024 fiscal year and compare that to Q2 2025 fiscal year. That's where the rubber meets the road. When I say business performance issues, if Q2 2024 fiscal year was 14 and they came in Q2 fiscal 25 at 13, that's a problem. It ain't a problem because Wall Street says they want them to come in at 28.5 and they come in at 28.4. That ain't no problem. That's Wall Street trying to run the stock down. That's bull crap. That's why I tell you, you got to evaluate the business, not listening to these people on Wall Street. Their whole job is to trick you into selling when you should be buying and trick you into buying when you should be selling. That's the whole game of the stock market, to manipulate and use you so that they can make money. Don't be looking at this earnings report in their lens. Go look at the numbers. Go back to 2024 fiscal year. Look at those numbers and compare those to this year's fiscal quarter 2 numbers. That's where the rubber meets the road, guys, for companies. I was in banking for 25 years. There is no way we would have deemed a company who actually had an increase in sales year over year. I don't give a doggone if it was 5% increase. It was an increase. That means they did better this year compared to last year. That's how we evaluate companies. Not, oh, golly, the market says they need to come in at 50 billion. My goodness, they came in at 49.9999. They missed. I mean, that's stupid. But that's how they manipulate us. Yep, exactly like that. Oh, golly, they missed. They missed. We said 50 billion. They came in at 49.99999. They missed. And then all of a sudden, what do? Oh, it's time to sell. But that's why we control 1% of the wealth, because we're very easily manipulated. That's why we control 1% of the wealth in this world, because we're very, very, very easily manipulated. Very easily. Stop being so easily manipulated, guys, and figure out what's really going on with this company. See, that's why I told y'all, even if they miss, it don't matter to me, because guess what? I know they're going to do more revenue than they did last year. And in the big scheme of things, long term, this stock will go up if they just keep doing that. See, y'all can let Wall Street manipulate y'all into selling and doing stupid stuff with your money. Not going to manipulate me, because I know what I'm looking at. See, I know how to go look at last year. I'm not going to just take their word for it. I don't care what the Wall Street say they want them to come in. Any company that does more revenue than they did last year, any company that does more profit this year than they did last year is a winner. Y'all, they got y'all thinking, they didn't win. They didn't do well. They did do well. They did more revenue and more profit than they did the prior year. How can that be a loss? How can you lose? Stupid, man. Just like I told you when Google came out. Now, how in the world can you be top line and bottom line, but your stock price go down? You had more revenue you had last year. You had more profit than you had last year, but your stock price go down. Guys, it's complete manipulation, and they do that to us because we don't understand what we're doing. We're always emotional 100% of the time. We never put on our logical thinking cap. We're always emotional about stuff, and they use that against us. That's why I told y'all yesterday, turn off your emotional side of your brain, turn on the logical side of your brain so you can get through this thing over the next couple of days. See, they got all of us in a tissy fit over, if they don't come in at 28.5, it's a total loss. They're the worst company in the world. See, that's why they got y'all thinking. And they got you thinking that way for a reason so they can continue to make money and you make none. That's why. So here we go. Let's just get through this and then we're going to move on. At the forefront of that action was Nvidia, which has been fueling record highs in the broader S&P 500 and the NASDAQ indices in the recent weeks. I told you, 33% responsible for the gains in the NASDAQ, 30% responsible for the gains in the S&P. See, that's what a 900-pound gorilla will do. Silverback, by the way, top dog. Nvidia is the bellwether in the broader AI trade precisely because it is leagues ahead of competition. Leagues. Controlling roughly 90% of the global market in AI training and inference chips. Competitors large and small, whether Lisa Lu's AMD or startup firm GROQ, have neither the hardware nor the software to challenge its dominance. I keep telling y'all that, guys. Next 3 to 5 years, ain't nobody can catch these people, man. Ain't nobody can catch these people, man. People already do, Blackwell. Check this out, guys. Hopper is the #1 chip on the market right now. And guess who make that chip? Nvidia, H100, H200, #1 chips on the market. So even if Blackwell didn't come in until next year, who cares? Ain't nobody got a chip better than the one they got out right now. But see, this is how they manipulate y'all. Oh, golly. Oh, Blackwell, it's delayed. Oh, God, what's going to happen to the company? It's going to crumble. But they don't tell y'all their current chip, the Hopper, H100, H200, are the best chips on the market right now. They don't tell you that, do they? Stop being so easily manipulated, guys. That's all I can tell you. Stop being so easily manipulated, please. All right, let me run y'all through this real quick. I just want to tell y'all a little bit about why some of these employees are at this company do what they do. Check this out now. Pressure cooker. Why millionaire Nvidia employees are still working until 2 a.m. That's who I want to invest in. Thank God I ain't got to be in there working till 2 a.m. because I don't do no work and I'm still going to get rich. But I am so glad you got people who are dedicated that they work till 2 a.m. in order to get me rich. Perfect. Now, and while they getting me rich, they are even more richer than me. And I'm going to walk you through why. What is it like to work at Nvidia, the $3 trillion AI chip maker with a storied work culture over 30 years in the making? Longtime CEO Jensen Huang said in an interview this year that he rarely conducts layoffs, instead prefers to torture employees into greatness. I love that. I love that. See, this guy's a visionary. This guy's a visionary. I love it. I love it. I love it. It turns out he might not have been joking. Being the AI chip brain behind ChatGPT and other popular forms of AI has led Nvidia and its vested employees to benefit financially from the AI boom. See, I told y'all guys, they give these people stock options tied to performance, tied to how long they've been with the company. And they vest over time. They don't just say, well, okay, Richard, welcome to the team. Here's 100,000 shares of our stock. You ain't got to stay around but a couple of weeks and cash them in and get out of here if you want to. No, that ain't how it works. Hey, Richard, welcome to the team. Guess what? Over the next 5 years, we're going to give you access to XYZ number of stocks. They're going to vest over the next 5 years. So the longer you stay, the more you vest. When you're 100% vested in those stocks, guess what, buddy? You're a millionaire. But you're going to have to go through some torture to get it. I love that because that's how they did us in banking. At least on the sales end where I was. It was the exact same way. Hey, Richard, here's your goals. Guess what? Here's your bonus, but you don't get it unless you hit all of these goals. I love it. So here we go. Here we go. Being the AI chip brain. Okay, we did that. Let's move on past that. So here we go. To benefit financially from the AI boom, a June poll of over 3,000, check this out, guys. A June poll of over 3,000 Nvidia employees out of around 30,000 showed that 76% were millionaires, and 1 in 3 had a net worth of more than $20 million because of the company's growth. Since October 2022, Nvidia stock has jumped over 1,000%. Let me run that by you one more time, just in case somebody missed that. This is the kind of company we're dealing with, guys. This is why they're the #1 chip maker in the world. You go from zero in 2022. You go from zero to become a millionaire 2 years later. Some people went from zero to becoming 8-figure millionaires. 2 years. Boy, look here. Goodness gracious. What the heck is going on here? My goodness. A June poll of over 3,000 Nvidia employees out of around 30,000. So 3,000 out of 30,000 showed that 76% of the 3,000 people, 76% of the 3,000 people are millionaires. 76% of 3,000 employees out of 30,000 are millionaires. And then they go on to say, and 1 in 3 had a net worth of more than 20 million because of the company's growth. Since October 2022, Nvidia stock has jumped 1,000%. Wow. However, a Bloomberg report revealed that though Nvidia's boom may have created millionaires, its work culture and expectations for those employees remain the same. It's a pressure cooker, and it should be. Listen, man, you coming in here with no net worth and you leaving out of this thing with a $20 million net worth, what it's supposed to be? A sunny day at the beach? Oh no, it should be a pressure cooker. It should be a pressure cooker. Let's not get it twisted. It should be a pressure cooker. And if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. When you go from no net worth and you go to 20 million in net worth, oh, there's a price to pay. There's a financial price to pay. There's a stress level price to pay. But if you're willing to pay it, you can walk out of this thing a millionaire. Same with this investment thing, guys. There's a price to pay to be wealthy. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. I keep telling y'all, if y'all ain't built for this, pull your parachute cord. Bail out of this thing while you can. If you ain't built for it, bail out. Ain't no shame in that. If the heat too much for you, it's too hot in the kitchen, get out of the kitchen. Go get you some air conditioner somewhere. Go get you the easy life. Go work for somebody for the rest of your life and just live the easy life until it's time to retire and you ain't got no money, you ain't got no wealth, Social Security can't take care of you. Then the hard life starts. But while you can work for somebody, it'll be the easy life. But as you get older and they don't want you no more and you ain't got no assets, oh, that's when the hard life starts. Your choice. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you ain't built for this, pull the parachute cord right now. Again, not a financial advisor, not trying to tell you what to do, just trying to give you from an old school dude who's been doing this for 30 years, you better be built for this. You better turn off the emotional side of your brain and you better turn on the logical side of your brain so that you understand what's going on. I keep telling y'all, all you got to remember is the 1% want you to sell when you don't supposed to sell, and they want you to buy when you don't supposed to buy. That's the game. Once you learn that, you're good. But some of us just refuse to learn that. The whole game is this. Get these suckers to buy stuff they don't need to buy and get these suckers to sell when they don't need to sell. That's the whole game. That's the whole game where they propagandize you. This is this whole thing about, oh, they came in at 28.3 billion, but we wanted them at 28.5 billion. Like that makes a big difference when they still did 100% better than they did last year. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. So just be careful. 10 current and former Nvidia employees who spoke with Bloomberg detailed long working hours, yelling and fighting at meetings, and vying for the attention of a supervisor who could have more than 100 other direct reports. Okay, let me ask you a question here, guys. See, this is what I try to tell you guys about the 99%. We want everything easy. We want everything given to us. And that's what the 1% feed off of. And that's why they're so wealthy, because they play to those emotions. Instead of these people in here being satisfied and happy with becoming millionaires, I'll do whatever it takes. As long as it's not, harming anybody, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get this wealth. Instead of them having that attitude, you got an attitude, oh, golly, they yelled at me. He didn't pay me any attention. Golly, he didn't say hello this morning. Golly, they don't have coffee that I like. I don't like decaf. I want regular coffee. Oh, golly, they don't have cappuccinos. Oh, golly, they don't have a space I can go meditate for my lunch break. Crap like that. That's what we do. Just crap like that. Instead of saying, something, I'm going to go get this bag. I don't care what I got to go through for these 3 years. Let me go get this bag. I can go through anything for 3 years. Let me just go through this hell for 3 years, get my $20 million, pull the parachute cord, I'm out of here, and I'm going to go live the rest of my life in comfort. See, we don't think like that. We think the opposite. Oh, golly, no one spoke to me when I walked through the door this morning. Oh, golly, we don't have any team building exercises. Oh, golly, I don't eat white bread. I only eat wheat bread. And it has to come from a particular store. I don't eat it. They don't even worry about my feelings. That kind of crap. Goodness gracious. Former enterprise tech support employee claimed he worked every day, including A former enterprise tech support employee claimed he worked every day, including weekends, until 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., and that his engineer co-workers worked longer hours. Other employees claim to have at least 7 meetings a day. Now, let me ask you a question. Okay, I go through all of that. I got to work till 1 a.m. I got to work till 2 a.m. I got to work every day for 3 years. But at the end of that, I get $20 million. Which one would you take? Would you have a problem with that? I wouldn't. Boy, I would work 5 years in a row, 365 days a year, 20 hours a day. Give me 4 hours of sleep. That's all I need. I will do that for 5 years in a row to get my $20 million. Stop complaining. Goodness gracious, we're a nation of complainers. So all we want to do is complain all the time. That's why we control 1% of the wealth. Right there. We are a nation of complainers, and the 1% know that. We are a nation of complainers. All we want to do is complain. Oh, I had to work every day. And I had to work till 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. They didn't even have any toilet paper in the bathroom when I went in there. I had to use the bathroom. There was no toilet paper. Who cares? Get the $20 million, man. What are you doing? You can go buy a whole toilet paper factory when you get your 20 million. How about that? Goodness gracious. But that's how we build in this country. I'm telling you, we are built just like this. This is not surprising to me. You got $20 million on the line for a little bit of time, and you complain about that. You're a millionaire overnight, basically, and you're complaining about, I got to work till 1 a.m. I got to work. I don't get no days off. Just, goodness gracious alive. Just a new era of worker. Just new. Just new. Employees who work less than the norm were called out at company-wide meetings. In December, Wong faced complaints from staff about their semi-retired peers. He responded by asking every employee to become the CEO of their time. Still, despite reports of a stressful work environment, Nvidia has had no trouble retaining employees. Oh, bingo. Oh, yeah, let's complain, but we ain't finna leave this 20 million on the table. I'm not finna leave my multi-million stock options. I'm gonna get through this. So what's the point of the whole dang on conversation in the article then? You want to complain to Bloomberg, but I'm gonna stay in here though. So what's the point? There is no point. Do what you got to do to build your wealth. As long as it's not harming anybody or you know what I'm saying, or against the law, do what you need to got to do. I keep telling you, you're going to pay a financial price up front to get all the financial things you want later on. I'm going to have some financial pain in the beginning, but I'm going to have a whole bunch of financial gain at the end. That's what these employees have to go through, and I ain't mad at it. Because, see, I understand the only way you're going to get anything out of this generation we got now, you better tie some money to it and force them to, or they ain't going to do it. You can be the nice guy if you want to. They're going to run all over you. They're not going to be productive. They're going to be on their phones the whole day. That's what they're going to do. Because this is how the 1% have taught y'all since you were in kindergarten. Since kindergarten, this is what they taught you. And now you're adults, and guess what? You're full-blown into it. This company says, we're going to work you to the bones. If you want this payout, we're going to work your butt to the ground. And they should. They should. I ain't mad at them. I love it. Because I do the same thing if I had a company of people that don't want to work. I do the same thing. I make them work. And you make them work through incentives. You incentivize them with money. That's how you make them work. And you tell them you ain't going to get this big payday. It got to vest over years. You don't get it up front. You get it at the end. So everything you need to do in order to get to the end, do it. Still, despite reports of a stressful work environment, Nvidia has no trouble retaining employees. I didn't think they did. The company's sustainability report for fiscal year 2024 details that overall turnover was 2.7%. That's the low compared to the industry of 17.7%. See, all that complaining, all that moaning and groaning, guess what? Almighty dollar out trumps all that, don't it? See, all that complaining, but that dollar, it trumps all of that. So here's a bit of information for you business owners. You can learn something from this. If you want to keep them motivated, you want to get the best out of them, you want to multiply your efforts, tie it to their incentives, tie it to money. And make it hard for, but make it a big number so that they just go like, oh my God, I got to go through everything I need to go through. I'm going to get this money. Tie it to a big number though. That's how you get the most out of them. If you don't tie it to money, you ain't going to get nothing out of them. Sorry. This is the truth. Don't tie it to no money. You ain't all this, oh, I'm going to give you a cool down room. I'm going to give you 10 different cappuccino machines. Them people don't care about that. They ain't going to do no work for that. The only way you're going to get anything out of your employees, I'm talking about maximize every bit of potential they got, you better tie it to a big incentive, monetary. And then you'll get it out of them. Or they'll quit and you find somebody else that will do it. But if you don't tie it to something like Nvidia is tying it to, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. Just a little FYI. Nvidia's low turnover rate could be attributed to the way it gives employees access to stock grants. Oh, you think? The stock vests over 4 years, what I told y'all. I told you it was like 5 years, that's how they do it. You don't get it day one, you get it at the end. Every year you get a little bit more of it. So here's the kicker though. If you don't complete the full thing, guess what happens? You don't get none of it. The stock vests over 4 years, so an employee gradually gains ownership of the award. So it's in the employee's best interest to stick with the company to maximize benefits. Yes, sirski. Now, Nvidia is also a famously flat organization with minimal hierarchy, which could make the company an appealing choice. Wong has 60 direct reports. Dang on it, guys. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? But I love the way these people run their company, man. It's flat. That means you ain't got all these layers of bureaucrats, and not bureaucrats, but layers of just overpaid executives and middle and upper management and all these layers of management. It's flat. This guy is a CEO of a $3 trillion company. $3 trillion market cap company has 60 direct reports. That's flat, guys. That means there ain't a lot of fluff. And guess what? If you want to work for the greatest company on the planet right now, yeah, you're going to have to work till 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. Boo-hoo you. But if you're willing to pay the price, you parachute out this thing with 20 million or multi-millions. I think that's a price I'd be more than willing to pay right now at 56 years old. They called me up and said, hey man, listen, we got a 20 million payout for you in 4 years, but we need you to come work and we're going to work you to death. We're going to work you 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. But you got 20 million at the end of the 4 years. Are you willing to join us? Send me my plane ticket. I'm on my way. YouTube, pause. I'll see y'all in 4 years. YouTube, I'll see y'all in 4 years. And I'm going to get that 20 million bag. You can believe that. Trust me on that. 56 years old, I will go get that bag. Yes, I will. I will go get that wealth. Because see, 4 years for 20 million, come on, man. Forget that. I got to go get it. All right, let's see what's going on in the stock market. Well, let's do a temperature check. Let's do a temperature check. Let's do a temperature check here real quick. Let's see where we at before T minus what, 5 hours? Almost T minus 5 hours. 125.06. So again, running the stock price down from 128 to 125, there's still people making positions. People are selling off. There may be some people, what I think you'll see is you'll start seeing some people towards the end of the day start running this thing back up by buying in. So we'll see. It's getting down. It's at 125 right now, guys. So, hey, we'll see. We'll see how this thing ends up. But you know something? I believe on May 22nd, it did the same thing. It ran itself down slightly days leading up to earnings. It did. But then after earnings, went to the moon. Now, hopefully it'll do the same thing today, right? We'll see. You saw what happened to Meta. Meta, after hours, came out, killed everything. Meta immediately shot up. After hours. Extended hours, it went through the roof and then continued the next day. So I think if Nvidia comes out and beats, I believe they will. I believe they will beat on every area that they're measured on. I think they'll beat. That's my opinion now. I don't know that for a fact. But my opinion is on every level that they're measured on, they will beat. If they don't beat, no big deal for me. What I will do then is I'll look at the revenue from Q2 fiscal 25 against the revenue from Q2 fiscal 24. And as long as they beat there, I'm good. See, in the world I come out of, in the banking world, a company that does year-over-year growth in revenue, year-over-year growth in profitability, that's a good thing. It's only on Wall Street that they come up with these stupid numbers that somebody gotta live up to, or then they try to drive the stock price down. That's only on Wall Street. Why? Because they do that to make money. That's why. That's not a measurement of how great a company is, guys. So I just don't want y'all to pay any attention to that, because it's not. That is not. Nvidia not coming in at 28.5 billion in top line revenue for second quarter 2025 fiscal year is not indicative of they're not a great company. That's just some measure that these guys on Wall Street do to manipulate the stock market. The measure of whether they're a great company is you measure it against what they did last quarter. You measure it what they did a year ago. I've never been around any business that grows its revenue, grows its profitability, but the stock price it goes down. It's stupid. Oh, they did great this quarter, but you know something? They told us for third quarter, they're not going to do the 33 billion we need them to do, but they're only going to do 32 billion. Stupid. So don't get caught up in that today. And I know this is how they've trained y'all to think, but try to turn off the emotional thinking cap, turn on the logical thinking cap, and really think about the company and what it has done year over year. Stop worrying about Wall Street and their impossible things that they want them to meet. That's all in an effort so that they can fail. Or the perception is that they failed. So the stock price can run down. And then guess what happens? They go in and buy it, and then they run the thing back up. See, this is how it works, and we fall for this crap. We fall for it. That is not how you measure companies based on what Wall Street thinks. Who cares what they think? What I care about is what did you do versus last year? What did you do versus last quarter? That's what you need to care about. What does the future look like from a product standpoint? Are you gaining market share or are you losing market share? Those are the things that are important for me as an investor. It ain't important what Wall Street thinks. These guys don't care about you. They care about them. They're going to say whatever they need to say to either drive that thing down or drive it up. That's it. So us believing what they say is bullcrap. All you got to do is look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Now, if you look at the numbers and they did less revenue than they did last year, they did less profitability, then that's a problem. That's a problem. Oh, the market share last year was 80%, but this year it's 60%. That's a problem. That needs addressing. But this whole notion of, well, they only came in at 28.3 billion and Wall Street needed them at 28.5 billion. So that's not a win. That's a loss. They're no good. That's crap. That's crap, guys. So don't fall for that, please. Don't fall for those tricks. What is the market doing? Let's take a look at what the stock market is actually doing today. At open, right? Let's do at open. Let me just refresh this so that I know I got the most up-to-date information. NASDAQ falls as Wall Street braces for Nvidia earnings. See, again, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You can't really pay attention to Wall Street because what it'll do, it'll confuse you. It makes no sense. But this is how they make money, though. For retail investors like us, it doesn't make any sense, but this is how they make money. This is how they make money. It makes no sense that the NASDAQ would be falling right now when you're anticipating the biggest earning. Now, some of you might say, well, golly, maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe they already know what the numbers are. Well, if they already knew what the numbers are, Nvidia would be down at 115 a share, 110 a share. If they knew the numbers already, you trust me, it would already be down to 110 a share. They don't know no numbers. If they knew the numbers already right now, guys, Nvidia stock right now would be at $110 a share and dropping. Trust me on this. If they knew, right? But let's see what they say. The NASDAQ composite pulled back Wednesday, pressured by declines in Nvidia as investors brace for the chipmaker's latest earnings report. The tech-heavy index fell 1.1%, while the S&P slipped 0.6%. The Dow also pulled back. So why is why is all sectors pulling back today? I don't know. Maybe one of the soybean billionaires in the chat can tell us. I don't know why. Why? Wall Street is keeping an eye on Nvidia to gauge the sustainability of the broader tech and AI trade. The semiconductor giant, slated to report after the close, has surged 159% in 2024, raising questions of how much more room there is for the stock to run on Wednesday. It fell 2%. Here's my hypothesis. Here's my hypothesis. Again, what are they doing? What are they doing? Even today, right now, they're propagandizing you into selling. That's what's happening right now. Right before earnings, they're still propagandizing you into believing you should sell right now. And that's what people are doing. That's all this is. This is all propaganda to continue to get you to sell when you really should be buying. And I'm telling you what's going to happen later on today or after earnings. Soon as earnings or leading up to earnings, right before the market close, you're going to see a tick upward. And that's going to be them buying. As they try to run this price down as low as they can, you're going to start seeing an uptick before close or slightly after the market closes. That's when you're going to see a run. Watch it now. You're not going to see the run during normal hours. You're going to continue to see this thing slide down. But as soon as the market closes, where a lot of you guys don't have access to buy, but these 1%ers do, you're going to start seeing the price start to run after hours. You watch. You watch. You watch. I'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time to evaluate what happened. So for you guys that want to come back and check it out at 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight, I'm going to be on the live stream. I'm going to do a live stream tonight to go through everything and either lick my wounds or celebrate. We'll see. But I'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. But I'm telling you, watch what's happening, guys. Please watch this closely. Just watch how this stock performs during business hours today, right? Let's see what it does during business hours. And then I want you guys to really, really pay attention at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time when it closes. When the normal market closes at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. When it closes at 4 o'clock, which is less than 4 hours away, I want you to look at the activity then and see, will the activity change? See where you start seeing a little green plus sign instead of this negative red sign. I'm no expert here, guys. I'm just giving you all my opinion. But I want you guys to pay attention to that. At 4 p.m., pay attention to what the market is doing in extended hours or after hours. Because, see, a lot of you guys don't have access to that, but they do. Let's see if they start buying. Just saying, guys, pay attention, pay attention. All right, so here we go. We're going to close this thing out. Wall Street is keeping an eye on Nvidia, gauging sustainability, all this other propaganda, right? It's just crap. It's just nothing, just propaganda. Focal points for investors include the delivery schedule for Nvidia's Blackwell, an update on the demand for AI, blah, blah, blah. The reason one can feel confident rests with the fact that their largest customers have already reported and talked about how much they're spending on their chips. All of the hyperscalers spoke to massive amounts to CapEx spent on the amount of GPUs they need to move forward with their AI strategies. So if you know all of that, why you're still selling the stock down and propagandizing people? You get one more bite at the apple before they close up the apple orchard. That's why. I want one more bite at the apple before they close up the apple orchard. That's what they're doing. They're getting one more bite at the apple, guys. They're running this thing, propagandizing this thing, telling y'all this. People bailing out, parachuting out. Oh, I got my profits. Let me parachute out. Stock price going down. You got more sellers today than you got buyers in normal hours. It's going to be the reverse after hours, though. You're going to have more buyers than sellers in the after hour. That's my prediction. You guys go check it out. We'll talk about it after this whole thing is over at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll have a discussion. I hope you guys show up for that discussion. All right, man, my time is up. Appreciate y'all rocking with me for this hour and a half. It's been good. It's been real. I hope it's been informative. Again, all just my opinion. I'm not an expert here, not trying to be an expert. I'm just a regular guy giving you my opinion based on my 30 years of experience buying big boy blue chip and holding them long term. That's all it is. Oh, little bit of FYI. Have you been seeing what's going on with Serve Robotics? It's in the green today. I predict that will continue to be in the green. If Nvidia does well, I think it gets a little bounce. So I'm in that stock. So hopefully I get a little bounce in that one too today or tomorrow. Other than that, man, y'all keep it real. Keep the main thing the main thing. That's all I can tell you. Keep the main thing the main thing. Get down in the description box. Click on that Moo link. Get yourself in position. Get you up to 20 free stocks when you try out the new Moo brokerage account. First link down in the description box. You put $100 in that brokerage account. Guess what you're going to get? 8 free stocks. You put $1,000 in that brokerage account. You're going to get 20 free stocks. Guys, don't miss this opportunity to keep the main thing the main thing. Don't miss this opportunity to get in where you fit in. Don't miss this opportunity to get your wealth transfer of this $3 billion move that's getting ready to make here over the next couple of days and weeks. Don't miss it. Get in the description box and click on that Moo link and put yourself in position to execute. Get you up to 20 free stocks. Don't miss this free stock. Don't miss this free money. And then send me an email through the website, www.richardfain.net. Let me know you've opened the Moo account. Let me know you funded it. And then I'm going to send you tutorial videos done by the good folks at Moo to collapse time frames and help you learn how to use this app so that you can get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow ASAP, Rocky. And if you want to, I will send you my wealth transfer blueprints so that you know all the big boy blue chip assets I'm buying over the next 10 years so that I can 10x my net worth. I'll send you that for no additional cost. Matter of fact, it's all free. It's all free. It's all free, guys. Just send me an email through the website. Second link down in the description box. Now, last call for wealth builders. Any potential wealth builders out there that's watching this video and you want to join the fastest growing financial community on Patreon, you need to go to my website, click on the membership button, click on the join button. Second link down in the description box is the website link, and then come join 1,000 wealth builders. In 4.5 months, we have put together 1,000 wealth builders, all going in the same direction, building wealth. All of us are going to take advantage of this $300 billion wealth transfer that's going to be happening today and over the next couple of weeks. $300 billion wealth transfer. We're going to get our portion. Because why? We locked in and we loaded. We're ready to go. We own the rocket ship. T-minus 5 hours. T-minus 5 hours, we launch. You need to come on over and join us and get on this rocket ship with us. Got to get down in the description box and click on that website address, www.richardfain.net. Click on it and come join the wealth builders, the Nvidians. Get yourself in position. Get yourself around people going in the same direction you're going. Fastest growing community on Patreon. Don't miss it, guys. Get in where you fit in. I'm just telling you, if you want to be a part of this thing, we're going to keep growing it. By the end of the year, we're going to have 2,000 people over there. Why? Because people want to be around good community. Plus, they can build wealth and help them build wealth. Not as experts, but just people who are willing to help. See, people are looking for people that are really genuinely willing to help them. That's what we do over there. We just genuinely want to help. We don't sell you nothing. We ain't trying to sell you nothing. Ain't no upsells. Ain't no click this thing here, click this thing here, buy this, buy that, do this, do that. Nope, nope, nope. We ain't got none of that over there. And ain't gonna never be any of that over there. It's all about just community. Loving on each other from a financial perspective, encouraging one another, dropping nuggets, dropping tips, providing opinion. It's a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Come join us. Come join us. Get yourself out of this matrix. They're just going to use you and throw you away financially. That's it. Over here, we're going to help you build wealth so that you have independence in your life. Wouldn't you like some independence? Come over there and help us to help you. All right, man. I'm out of here, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday. Some of y'all I'll see tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time so that we can talk about this earnings report and what's the next step. Let's talk about the earnings report and what's the next step in this march to financial freedom. If you want to be a part of that conversation, get in where you fit in. Be here tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, man, lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. I appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all for hanging in there with me and doing what you do, which is support me so I can support you. Thank you so much. Go out and do something nice for yourself. Go do something nice for somebody else. Put some positive in the world so you get some positive back, right? Put some positive out there in the world so you can get you some positive back. That's how that thing works, baby. Put you some positive out there, get you some positive back. Thoughts become things. See them in your mind, hold them in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. I'll catch you guys at 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight to celebrate Nvidia to the moon, baby. Peace.